Howdy, folks, and welcome to more Boston Red Sox franchise here on MLB The Show 25, and it's a new dawn. It is a new day. The Roman Empire is here. Now, I am recording this the day after Roman Anthony did debut with the Red Sox in real life, so this won't go out for a couple weeks until after that. So I'm recording this June 10th, for those who are wondering, in case you wanted a little bit of that background. This probably won't be going up until closer to July, if not in July. But it still works in this video context because in the first 3 years or 3 attempts of making Roman Anthony an everyday full-on player, it didn't go great. He had an okay year in 2026. Again, still like 21 years old, putting up these stats. Isn't terrible, but got called down in 2027. Didn't start with us. These are all stats from the end of the year in 2025 when we were awful and out of it. But here in 2026, already exceeding so many expectations. If you go into his 2026 stats compared to 2028, obviously, in 100 less games, he already has only 20 runs away, 10 doubles away, almost there in home runs, halfway there to RBI, halfway there to walks. Striking out a whole lot less. He's just been a lot better. So this episode will be dedicated to Roman Anthony. The Roman Empire is finally here, OPSing 860 this year with a show WAR of .2. Not the best, not the best with the glove, I guess, even though the stats are pretty good. But this is what he's looked like. This is what he has been. Yeah, so that's where it's going to go. So what we're going to do here is we are going to be playing 2 games this episode fully. We're going to be looking at this game against Atlanta and then this game against the Dodgers as the last 2 teams that we played in the World Series. So let's check those guys out. Again, we are trying to kind of recoup. We had a good week after in our AAA, AA episode. Then we will be taking Roman Anthony in at least one game of each of these series, probably the final game in each series. We will be playing with him. See how we do, and kind of just celebrate Roman Anthony here today. And with that, you know that I suck when I player lock with guys. So hopefully this episode isn't just me grounding out 800 times. But if you love it, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to set the bell. All that other YouTube jargon. Help us out, and let's continue this journey together. But it's the Roman Empire today, as Roman Anthony is going to be the focal point of this one. Again, we signed him to a big contract. He's making $23 million the next few years. So far, of the big 3, he is the only one that has been consistently good this year. Christian Campbell starting to pick it back up a little bit. I mean, hitting .226 in his last 10 games is better than what he's done all year, but I digress. Still not having a fantastic year. Was a lot better his first time around, and at 25 years old, hopefully that gets a little bit better. And Marcelo Meyer, we've seen the power, we've seen what he's been doing, but striking out a lot more than you would think. Walking a little bit less, but against lefties, he hasn't really looked great, and only OPSing 617, which is the worst since his 21 game sample in 2025. So, and actually, I'm going to do this right now before I forget. I'm going to take Marcelo Meyer, and I'm going to edit the player. We're going to go to general, secondary position. We're just going to make second base, third base. He doesn't play the outfield, never has, so we're not going to give ourselves that ability. But without further ado, let's hop into this game against Atlanta, and we'll see you as the Roman Express gets a going. First off, we are starting with this moment against the Texas Rangers, and for coincidence, Roman Anthony is who's going to kick it off for us. But yes, Roman Anthony, at the time of this recording, when I recorded it, Roman Anthony had just come up. Time of me actually doing the voiceover for this, Roman Anthony has been up and has finally started to thrive in the big leagues, and he gets a base knock here, 87 miles per hour. In real life, let's just talk about Roman Anthony. How exciting is it? This season sucks. Trading with Rafael Devers the way they did, guys like Mookie Betts, guys like Xander Bogaerts, guys that just have been stars, homegrown guys, and they come and they go, and it sucks. It doesn't seem like, can't even see it, doesn't seem like that's Red Sox like. A lot of their big stars, the Manny Ramirez's, the Pedros, the Big Poppies. They've all come from other places. Rarely have we seen a guy start with us, end with us, and hopefully Roman Anthony's the first in a wave of a couple guys. Obviously, they've committed to guys like San Rafael, Brian Bayo, guys like Christian Campbell. Hopefully, Marcelo Meyer is next up with Anthony as Sedon chops it down. They are going to erase the error by getting into a play, and Texas will win this moment. But with all the ups and downs, Devers seemed like that guy who was going to be that homegrown stud that stays with us for his entire career, retires a Red Sox, and has his number retired. And obviously, that's not the case anymore. So here's to hoping Roman Anthony is that guy for us in real life. In game now, mixed. It was mixed as well. And we jump in here in tie game with the Atlanta Braves, a World Series rematch from last year. In game, the first couple of years were tough. Obviously, he did not start with the big league team. We brought him up halfway through the year, just about, as that season one kind of tanked hard. We did. Then we said, you know what? It's going to be your job until proven otherwise. Year one, or year two, I guess he played a bit. I think year three is when he got demoted down, and now he's having a very, very successful first true stint in the big leagues, finding his first true big league success with us, and that is why we are dedicating this video to the Roman Empire. A little 3-6-1 double play as Felix Bautista trying to get out of this ninth inning unscathed. He has been exceptional for us, and it continues here with a splitter that Jared Kelenic cannot lay off of. He will be fired up and ready to go. So we do keep Atlanta off the scoreboard after the first two batters reach a strikeout, a double play, not exactly in that order, but that's how we got our outs. We will finish up this game, and it's going to be Josh Staumont coming out. 2-5 record, a 3.95 ERA, strikeout rate 33%, but righties have gotten to him while lefties have been struggling. 2 outs, 0-1 count, for Alex Bregman, who's having a fine season as well for us. Just re-signed for a 2-year deal worth $32-ish million. And he is retired. So extras we go. Who would have thought we would have an extra innings here? Michael Kopech against Nacho Alvarez. Alvarez, we saw famously, was batting like 700 in the World Series. Ronald Acuna Jr. up, and he did not take the bat off of his shoulders with 2 on, 1 out. He is frozen on the cutter. Matt Olson strides in. He's been a thorn on our side. We're checking to see, do we walk Olson, load the bases for Riley? Is Brock Burke maybe more of a play? And we decided we're going to just let it go, and we are going to finally intentionally walk him. We've seen Matt Olson burn us before. We've seen Austin Riley burn us before, but I'll take my chances here, and he does fly this one off the end of the bat to right field. Camped under it is Roman Anthony, and that will do it for the inning. So we do the intentional walk. It does work out in our favor. Still 4s as we go to the bottom of the 10th inning. Rafael Devers trying to walk it off, and he will. Smacked off the green in left field. We're going home happy, folks. Bregman touches home, and that is a walk-off double courtesy of longtime, all-time, never not Boston Red Sox, Rafael Devers. Hey, let's get a quick pose real quick. Hi-ya! Look at that. That's a really cool animation. We've seen that a couple of times, but we end up walking it off. We do the right managerial decision to walk Matt Olson, especially with a righty up. Get the righty-righty matchup, Austin Riley, who was 0 for 4 on the day. And then we come through. It takes us about 0.2 seconds in the bottom of the 10th to have a highlight win. And now let's move on. After the highs of tonight, go to a full game against Atlanta here at Fenway Park. Yes, Boston, Massachusetts. We just played these bums in the World Series, and gentlemen swept them. Now 32-29 is our record. 32-28 is their record. A little gloom and doom up inside our room as some showers here in Fenway today. Alex Cora looks on, trying to show our offense that's been It's been 5 runs is 8th, which is good, but everything else kind of sits in that middle to high middle tier. So looking for our offense. It seems like for this whole series, it's the offense that when we have bad years, it's been really their problem. Brian Bayo has been a problem this year. 5.27 ERA after dropping his ERA to about 3.3 or 3.6-ish last year. Going right back up and ballooned back up, and we're going to control him and see if we can help him. Very efficient inning until Ronald Acuna Jr. says, I want 2 bases. He was mad for not swinging the bat last night, so he's going to come through and wall ball a double off the Green Monster for his 20th 2-bagger of the season. Matt Olson, he was also upset the bat was taken out of his hands. Jan Duran comes up firing Acuna, always aggressive. The plate, not in time. So it is Olson and Acuna, 2 guys who were absent from extra innings last night, starting things off in the first, both tremendously as we got a double, then a single to drive in that run. Austin Riley, the man who we did get out when we loaded the bases intentionally in the 10th inning, and he will ground out here. So Matt Olson continues to show why that play we made last night was the right one, 1-0 Braves, as we head to the bottom of the first. Against us, it's going to be Spencer Strider, Cy Young winner in 2026. Just throws gas. And you all know me, Mr. Velocity. I can handle it, that's for sure. And we get a slider right to not Ozzy Albies, but Bryson Stott now hits him off the chest. And they're going to call this one an E4. I don't know, hit right at him. Who knows? Maybe I'm a little whatever. Not like I need the hit or anything, but maybe I just thought, I think that's a little tough play to give him an error on that. Either way, it E4 turns into a double real quick as Duran gets over to second base. Full count for Alex Bregman. Strider already up to 10 pitches, make it 11 on the walk, and he has to face Devers with 2 on and no out. You saw what Devers did last time to some velocity down the middle, put it off the monster in left field, and now he's going to go first pitch swinging some velocity. Did time it up good, hit it 102 miles per hour, but unfortunately right at Bryson Stott, who makes up for his mistake earlier and gets the 4-6-3 double play. So Atlanta threatening to keep us off of the scoreboard, and that is exactly what they will do. Tristan Costas, compared to Matt Olson a whole bunch, grounds out to his pro comp, and we are off the board. It looked like such a tale of 2 innings. Looks like dead in the water Atlanta was. They score. We had all the life in the world early, and then we don't score. That's baseball, folks. Jaron Durant having some tough times out there in left field. Ronald Acuna, another double as we're all the way in the 4th inning. Nothing happening for us. Nothing happening for them till we get to this part of the order where, again, it's a double then a single to drive in a run. So a little deja vu all over again for Brian Bayo. You can't get too mad that the 4 hits he's given up today are Ronald Acuna with 2 and Matt Olson with 2. But would like for him not to do that. Bregman diving down the line and get by him at third base. Duran took a tough angle and ended up getting caught at the wall, and he had to come in on it. So now we have 2 on and no outs. They've already scored a run in this inning. Michael Harris the second. Campbell flip, and we won't be in time to get Harris, who is steaming down that first base line. So a run does score. It's 3-0 Braves, who have jumped over Bayo here in the 4th. But Campbell backhand stab over to Meyer and completes the inning. But they do tack on 2. It is 3 runs, 5 hits for the Braves. We've only mustered up 1 hit so far. But a good inning for Bayo in the 5th. The sinker left high, but does get Alvarez swinging through it. And a clean 5th inning for Brian Bayo. And we're already halfway through this game. We've only been at it for like 3 minutes. Again, not much to show here other than that 1st inning and that 4th inning. In the 5th, Spencer Strider hangs it. Christian Campbell bangs it. Soup. Hot soup, everybody. Get your hot soup. 406 feet. We needed that. Especially guys like this who are just good. Spencer Strider, just good. Especially against my skill set, which I don't have skills in this game. When you do see a mistake, you have to capitalize. I'm so glad that Campbell did here. Flips the bat for good measure, way on the lands down street. The Caskin flag and needs some insurance. as we are sitting here pretty. Then Marcelo Meyer goes the other way. He loves letting those fastballs get deep and just absolutely bully them to left center. And he goes off the monster for a stand-up double. Kids having fun. Double by Meyer. Then Ceddanne Rafaela. What can you do? Yeah, he'll flick it into center field, and that will drop. A power surge for Ceddanne Rafaela this year, but he will use those contact skills to just place it into center field and allow the run to score. And all of a sudden, we're only down by 1. And with the top of the order coming right up. Timely hitting by Ceddanne Rafaela. Alex Bregman spears one over to third base. They go the short way to 2. And that will do it. Austin Riley made the final out, and now here he is in the 6th inning making the final out on offense. So Brayan Bello steaming through. Again, that one hiccup in the 4th, really. Obviously, the first happens, but I wasn't too disappointed in that. And he's keeping us in this thing. Casas, other way. This is hit hard and deep, and what a leap! That's Tobias Haney out there. It is the auto-generated player, one of the few auto-generateds to already make the major leagues, and yeah, that's beautiful right there. Great play. We can acknowledge that. In the 7th we go. Bello missed with the circle change, but hit the spot, I guess. A strikeout. Sean Murphy, he's struck out, and Bello really settling in the third, fourth time around in this lineup. Usually quite the opposite. He's been great. That will do it for him, though. He went 7 strong. We will bring in Brock Burke. A 4.82 ERA. Hasn't been as locked down as he was the first couple of seasons in Boston. And shows right there. We brought him in really for Kelenic. And Kelenic does beat him the other way for a single. And now we have to deal with the top of the Braves lineup, where we thought we were trying to get a really good, easy out in the middle. Alvarez just fisted the other way. And now we have 2 on for Acuna, and then Olsen, and then Riley, depending if we get there. So we need a ground ball. We need a ground ball now. We do get Acuna out. 0-2 count. Matt Olsen swing on and missed against the lefty. And that will do it for the inning. 2 get on with a couple cheap hits, but Brock Burke does what he needs to do. A.J. Puck is out now. Austin Riley, glad to see him. This is going to miss a home run by about 10 feet or so. Maybe not. Maybe closer to 3 to 5. Either way, Austin Riley, stand-up double, his 11th on the year. Michael Harris swinging at one of the other batter's box. I wouldn't want to face A.J. Puck either. I really wouldn't. And then 2-2 count to Sean Murphy. He checks his swing. Oof. Say no go. All right, so full count, runner on third base now. We're going to go right back to that circle change, or that sinker, excuse me, and Murphy is dead in the water. A couple strikeouts for Puck after giving up the double. Keeps the runner stranded at third base, and now Ryan Helsley. If you thought Spencer Strider threw fast, yeah, we got this demon. Susceptible against lefties this year. Hasn't been perfect. And right there. Like I was saying earlier, with guys like this who just make me struggle, you have to capitalize on that. Games didn't give me a good swing. Yep, just fastball right by me, swing and a miss, and now it's up to number 5 hitter, Connor Wong. What can we do? We jump on it, we time it up, but only 80 off the bat, I guess so. Atlanta comes through and they win. They avenge their loss from the night previous, and yeah. All right, very fun, very good and fun, apparently. We do drop to 32 and 30 now. They move up to 33 and 29, or we move to 29 lost. I don't know. Anyway, they win. Helsley the save. Strider only 2 and 4 come into the game, leaves 3 and 4, and Brayan Bello picks up the big loss. We then go into the first player action of Conley Early. We talked about this earlier, that, yeah, Conley Early got picked up. His contract picked up by the Major League team, and we are now watching his Major League debut. Conley Early, one of those guys, see potential guys who in real life has a little bit more potential than in the game, potentially. In real life is killing it, is in Double-A right now, absolutely feasting, and probably should be in Triple-A about 2 weeks ago. Cody Bellinger welcomes Conley Early to the Major Leagues, and just like that, first 2 batters he faces have scored. The infinite ERA cut this guy send him to the moon, send him to prison. Absolutely bad person. No, Conley Early does have a really, really good debut. He really does. Jose Ramirez smacks one to left center field and tracked down by Ceddanne Rafaela. But in the game, we've seen Conley Early a couple of times in those big prospect videos we do. Instead of doing multiple throughout the year, we just do one big one. And Conley Early has been awesome for us in the minor leagues for the most part. That's why we decided, you know what? I think Johnny Turner got hurt. That was the big move. We're going to move Conley Early up, and we're going to have him debut with us here in Cleveland. Gets his first career strikeout here against Trent Grisham, batting .280. And not anymore, I'll tell you that. Fastball inside, and then against Willie Castro, inside-out swing and over to first base. So Conley Early, again, has had some pretty good moments with us. We've seen him dominate the lower levels, and it's really less of he's not ready for it. It's more of just that we have so many guys already in the. You only have 5 guys in the rotation, and if you're feeling juicy, I usually keep 1 starter in the bullpen, maybe 2 again if you're feeling real primed for it. So we only have X amount of guys, and when you have a rotation that, you used to have Sandy Alcantara and Tanner Houck and Tony Gonsolin, but now you have Garrett Crochet and Gavin Stone and Nori Hayashi and Johnny Turner and Brian Bayo, Simeon Woods Richardson. You have other guys like Luis Perales ahead of you as well. You need some breaks, and we finally were able to give Conley Early that break. Breaking down David Fry here in the fastball inside. Second strikeout for Early. Brings up Big Christmas. If he gets Big Christmas out, this kid's a big leaguer, I'll tell you that. Starts him off with a curveball. And, yeah, Big Christmas absolutely smokes this one, but keeps in the yard. Maybe this kid got some juice. Yeah, that thing should have been 9,000 feet that way. They should have found it in like a lake somewhere. Either way, we do get a strikeout of Matt Vierling here. Into the 5th inning for Conley Early. They let him roll, and he was rolling. If you look at the pitch count through 5 innings, only at 48 pitches he ends off. He gets Willie Castro looking, again, really settling in here towards the end of the ball game, which was awesome to see. 0-2 count. Bo Mailer, he goes down. What's that, 2 or 3 in a row? Yeah, Conley Early, he is killing it. 5th strikeout of the ball game. Cody Bellinger gets him again here, is right in front of Roman Anthony. That's the first hit. That's the first not the first base runner, he hit a guy. That's the first hit allowed since that Cody Bellinger home run. So if Cody Bellinger didn't exist, he'd only have 1 hit given up today. Fly out to center field as J-Ram is out, and that's a quality start in your major league debut. Talking shit to Cody Bellinger around the bases. I love that. That's just great. And we're going to throw him out there for the 7th. Only not even at 70 pitches yet. Big Christmas does get him with a bounding ball up the middle to be the first base runner of the 7th inning. And that's going to do it. So 6 1/3 strong innings, 5 or 6 strikeouts. Only gave up that 1 home run, only 4 hits given up. And if A.J. Puck can do his job here, you only finished with 2 earned runs. And we will jump into the game here as Will Vest out there for us. A 4-3 game. On the ground, Campbell is there to field. Throw over to first base is in time. And now we need a big out from Will Vest. Bo Naylor smacks it left field. Duran going back in. Plenty of time with plenty of space. And the Red Sox win in Conley Early's debut. Shout out Early. Glad that he could come up here and have a real strong showing. Glad we could jump in and really lock down the win. I believe Early gets the win. They'll show us here. I don't know if that run scored earlier. Get it. And Conley Early does get the win in his Red Sox's major league debut. Again, 6 1/3. Very strong inning. Now we are here for what we've all been waiting for. Let us check out Roman Anthony. That's what we're here for. We're here for the Roman Empire, baby. here for the Roman Empire. And look at this. It's Crochet versus Sandy. The reason why I picked this game in Cleveland, we will be, I think, jumping through a couple different series and playing at least one game in all these series. Kind of see how they're shaping up, give us some progression as well as showing what Roman Anthony is doing here. But this is what Sandy Alcantara is doing his first year in Cleveland. Not the Cy Young season he had with us last year. Again, still bewildered. We gave him more years and more money on a team that just came off a World Series. He went to Cleveland. To each their own, whatever. He's an enemy now, and he's having a 4 ERA season and definitely slowing down a bit. Maybe come trade deadline time, if Cleveland's out of it, do we go back to the Sandy well? We traded for him once before. Do we trade for him again? Who knows? Either way, Roman Anthony, 280, 875 OPS, 10 bombs. He's been awesome for us. And against Sandy Alcantara, he's going to put this on the ground, and that will be an out to begin the Roman Anthony experience. Second at bat here in the top of the fourth. Anthony, perfect up the middle and gets to Alcantara with a sinker right down the pipe. 110. And that's what really, like, in real life with Roman Anthony, obviously the video game, I control him and he sucks because I'm bad at the game. But in real life, the swing decisions, the power is like what he gets exit velocity-wise. He's going to smoke the runner at third base here. So advanced for what a 21-year-old who just turned 21 like 2 months ago should be doing. He's not normal. He's not a normal person. Swings and misses a bad pitch here, though, as I'm talking about how good he is at swing decisions. But even watching the games, like, they try to fuck with him so bad, and he just like, I'm going to spit on that. And then as soon as they throw him something in the zone he can do damage with, he does. And there you go, intentional walk, because they're scared of what he can do with runners in scoring position. 0-2 count. Christian Campbell trying to come through for us here. Sandy trying to get through 6 innings clean. And he won't, as that's going to dive down, and that's going to be picked up in the corner. We'll put the brakes on, and Christian Campbell, big 2-run double. Soup out here heating up. 10th double of his season. But yeah, just the combination of like the awareness of the strike zone, swinging at good pitches, hitting the good pitches very, very hard, walking a good amount. Like, he's walking like 18% in the minor leagues. Like, unreal stuff. Unreal stuff. Once he just taps into that power a little more, he's did a lot of doubles this year. Only the 1 home run so far, but an impressive home run nonetheless. It's going to be a real treat. In the end, the first priority this offseason is make him a Red Sox for a very, I would say for life, but clearly they're allergic to that. But make him a Red Sox for a very, 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 very long time as we come through and win against Cleveland. Pick up the W on back-to-back nights. And there we are in Cincinnati as we're going to be jumping around a little bit. Sinker off Rhett Lauder. It goes right back up middle, 91 on the exit velocity gun. In the top of the second still, he's going to take second base here and will be in there sliding in safely. And now he's in score position. The third stolen base of the year for Roman Anthony. Not going to steal too many bases every once in a while. He does have good speed in this game, but feels like everyone just can't steal a base. I don't really know what the problem with this game is on that. But either way, Reds do win this one. Roman Anthony, a hit, stolen base, and the rest. Oh, just misses. Like, this is what bothers me. Like, fastball down the middle to a guy with really good ratings. And it's just baseball, man. It's just baseball, man. Grant Holmes gets out of the jam. And I know a lot of people look at that and say, oh, this game's trash. This game's bad. This game, like, I time it up world. So that's baseball. In real baseball, you can guess the pitch, know where it's coming, barrel it up, and you just get under it just a tad. Or you right to the third base, and like, shit happens. He does come through with an RBI here. Matt Olson, 277 hitter. Norihashi on the mound. This is going to get through. The run will score, but Acuna looks like he's going to be dead for the 14th outfield assist of the day. Roman Anthony, finger to the sky. See you later, Busta. And then, ooh, that's a slider. That's a really good pitch, but Roman Anthony's going to spin on it for a walk, showing on the plate discipline. Then here again, Nick Sandlin can't get him to chase. Another pair of walks today. And that's a big performance by Roman Anthony. Here in the 9th inning, Marcelo Meyer trying to keep this game alive, and he won't. as the Braves win. So again, we're playing Atlanta a couple times down here and kind of seeing what they got going on, and it's good. They've been beating us. They've been kicking our tail. We will take a quick break, though, and play this game against the Los Angeles Dodgers. We've built a 6-game up over 500 kind of lead for ourselves, but they're good. And Gavin Stone on the bump against his former team. We traded for Gavin Stone from the Dodgers as they had an embarrassment of riches in the starting rotation and even retained a guy like Tyler Glasnow, which we went after for just quite a bit. And Gavin Stone started this season off shaky. He was really, really good down the stretch, limiting walks, just getting guys out. And he's just been doing a really, really good job at not getting hit around like he was at the beginning of the year. 4.90 ERA, still nothing to really write home about, but something that's definitely better than what we've seen from him in the past. Mookie Betts, Red Sox forever, in my opinion, is struck out on the nasty changeup. That's the primary pitch of Stone. Something that he really uses as a weapon, but can leak over the middle of the zone at times. And just the control on that, the command on that is really what separates him from being a really good frontline pitcher and where he is today. Gets Shohei to ground out. Clean first inning for Stone. Let's see if we can muck up Roki Sasaki's outing. Second time we faced off against Roki Sasaki here at Fenway. He's an absolute gem. 3.06 ERA, 69 strikeouts in 85 and a third innings pitch. He has a 1-2-3 inning going so far. Rafael Devers hits it hard, hits it high, but not too terribly deep, and a clean inning for Sasaki. So band for band go the starting pitchers so far, and Red Sox killer Cedric Mullins puts it away. We'll see if he kills us here today. Will Smith, the Fresh Prince, up, and first pitch swinging. This one is high and deep. Duran there, and nope, there he goes right in front of that Fenway Park sign, and Duran comes down with it. 1 out in the inning. Alec Bohm. Yeah, this one hit the same place, but higher and out of here. That's what happens when you play Fenway Park. I mean, that is a laser beam. That is 37 feet high, so that's not a cheapie like a lot of people like to think it is. But that one was a rocket. That one does barely get out, and it's 1-0 Los Dodgers. Here's Cedric Mullins. I said Red Sox killer Duran tried to time up the jump. He couldn't quite get to it. Mullins all the way into second base, standing up. Throw comes into third. And there's a runner on scoring positions. We're trying to get out of this inning just with 1 run given up. James Outman will oblige. Swings through the circle change. And just 1-0 Dodgers as Bohm, the man that gets it done with a laser over the monster. Look at that hair just glitching out because that's very fun. Connor Wong, former Dodger, and the last remaining piece in our organization from the Mookie Betts trade. And he goes into right field. It's crazy to think about it that potentially the Dodgers traded for Mookie Betts and traded for prospects and got the 2 best players back. There's a good argument that between Kenta Maeda, Jeter Downs, Alex Verdugo, Connor Wong, David Price, Brusdar Graterol, and Mookie Betts, I think, are all the pieces moved from the Red Sox and the Twins to the Dodgers and vice versa. And they got the 2 best players. I know Brusdar Graterol hasn't really been a world beater, but he's pretty good. You know, it's pretty good. Marcelo Meyer gets a 4-seamer low, just tails it out of here. Get out ball, get out ball, get out ball, gone. Home run, Marcelo Meyer. Yeah, 102 off the bat. He just has the swing so good. This has the show swing where he can just get down there and pick it and just catches the barrel and it just goes, man. It just goes. So is Duran, and had the base stolen off. Bregman just even touched that. That thing is out of here smooth. And Marcelo Meyer just tied this game up. It's 1-1 as we the third inning. Gavin Stone up. He's going to get a strikeout on Bohm and get him back from the home run he had earlier. And that will do it for this inning. Let's go Stone, they say. 1-1 still as we head to the middle of the fourth inning. Devers, Wong, Costas up. And we see action resume in the bottom of the sixth inning. So nothing happened in that group. But this will get us started with a double down the line. Duran churning for 2 in there ahead of Rowe, head of the tag. And Duran is in there safely with a double. Devers on first base after what I presume to be a walk. And then Costas, as always, just hits it to shortstop when we need a big hit. And that's just how the cookie crumbles. We keep them stranded there. Still a 1-1 ball game in the seventh inning now. Bohm up again. And Bohm this time to Bregman, who fires, and one hops on Costas. They're going to give an error to Bregman, which I guess technically the right play, but you'd like your first baseman to help you out there. Ryan Ward, the Rookie of the Year favorite in the National League. He was a Rule 5 draft pick, I believe. He gets plunked, and that will be it for Gavin Stone. So a little shaky here in the, 6th or 7th, but still an absolutely impressive day, especially from the season that a guy like Stone has had for us. A.J. Puck, 27 innings pitched this year, and they've mostly all been good. Rafaela comes up, and the threat and throw keeps the runners where that was an absolute strike, too. Keeps the bases loaded, but Cedric Mullins is on the verge of cracking things open. But Outman, Meyer, Campbell Costas, a 6-4-3 double play gets us out of the inning beautifully. And yeah, look at us keeping this thing at 1 apiece. A lot of traffic in that 7th inning, but we keep them out of the scorers column. And now we got to go out there and we got to make them pay. First pitch coming up, Roki Sasaki, only 58 pitches, as he's through 6 innings. First pitch of the 7th is hit on a line to right center field. This will drop down. This will be 2 for Connor Wong. In this universe, Connor Wong ends up being pretty good. He's had some good seasons with us this season, being an absolutely baller campaign. In real life, in 2024, he had a real good one, and he's had a couple good games in season. Current Red Sox and now Dodger, I guess, Jordan Hicks, a 6 ERA type guy, but again, you know how I love my guys with velocity. And Christian Campbell, velocity schmalocity. He's going to untie this game, and the go-ahead run comes in to score thanks to Christian Campbell. He's had some good moments here. We saw that moment in Cleveland where we were player locking Roman Anthony. We had the home run in the game against Atlanta. We come through here. Christian Campbell having himself a nice little outing, especially after a couple episodes we were talking about, throwing him into the swamp. Rafaela pieces it up, but does stay in the yard. Christian Campbell helps us with this one. And I love... Be quiet. You hear that? You hear his walk? I love how they've introduced it. I don't know if this was in the game before or this is just in the game now. But the Omar whistle, for anyone who's seen The Wire, let me know in the comments if you've seen the show The Wire. It's a phenomenal show. You should go see it, but that's the whistle that one of the main characters, Omar, uses. Scary guy. Scary guy. And Bautista adopted that when he was in Baltimore because it's a Baltimore-centric. The show takes place in Baltimore. So, obviously a big hit with those fans. But mowing through the Dodgers early. A fastball down the middle that Alec Boehm can't quite handle. And that will go to Duran for the final out of the inning and the final out of the game. We win this one close, 2-6, or 2-1, and it's the kids. It's Marcelo Meyer with the home run. It's Christian Campbell with the go-ahead RBI in the 7th inning, 6th inning, 7th inning. That's the difference. The pitching was phenomenal. Obviously, a guy like Gavin Stone is a little bit older, but doesn't have that much experience in the big leagues. Against your former team, that's awesome, and had ourselves a real fun night. back into Roman Anthony. Player lock the strikeout on Jackson Jobe. These two, 1 and 2 on the top prospects list, I believe, heading into this season. This season as in this season in real life. I know Jackson Jobe was at least like 2 or 3, and Roman Anthony had been number 1 other than Hiroki Sasaki the whole season. Anthony 0 for 2. Oh, and there's the circle change. Timed it up. But again, that's baseball, man. Just missed it, and should have been a home run. Ends up being a fly out, and Loaizaga gets out of the inning without giving up too much damage. This is a real big time for Roman Anthony to come through. 0 for 3 on the day, and the cutter gets him swinging the lefty-lefty matchup. And he's had a couple opportunities to come through, just hasn't quite done it, and we do lose this game to Detroit, but move on to this one against Kansas City, against former friend Tony Gonsolin. And no love lost. Fastball high and in. Anthony turns on it. And this one is out of here. Home run from Roman Anthony. The first home run we've seen in the player lock portion. So actually, I'm really good at this game. I lied. I am phenomenal. This is proof. And I am the greatest to ever do it. Tony Gonsolin obviously helped us win a World Series. We thank him for his service. But he's wearing the wrong shade of blue today, and it's already 8-1. Carlos Rodon is in the game. That's how bad this one got out of hand. Roman Anthony is going to put this one on the ground, scooped up by Pasquantino. The runners will move up to second and third, but Anthony is out on the play. 11-1. Roman Anthony 1 for 3 and misses. He just misses on the fastball up high. Lunder Avila, I think, is the guy that we're playing. I can't really see, and strikes him out again. So Anthony just couldn't hang up or hold up on that four-seamer. And then this should have been a grand slam to put the icing on the cake. I'm actually going to count it as one. When we do the end-of-season stats, he'll have 1 more home run and 4 more RBI, because I think I got cheated. A couple of times we've seen the fastball by Holmes, the circle change by Loaizaga, and that slider right there, and probably a couple other times this recording. Timed it up. You can see the swing path and the swing decision in the corner there, and just no dice, I guess. Anthony gets a changeup. He's out ahead of it just a bit, and that hangs up enough as we're in Tampa Bay now into his native Florida. A bunch of family and friends on hand for this one, I am sure. Can't beat the second baseman as he makes it close with the speed. 0 for 3 to begin the game. This time does beat the infield here and does get on for another hit for Roman Anthony. That one 94 miles per hour off the bat, so real good swing by Anthony there. You see this little frame of Tropicana Field, which is awful. We will be giving them a new field, I believe, next year because the Trop sucks. David Peterson does get us to pop up as taking charge of it is Addison Barger. Oh, Will Wagner. Shout out Will Wagner. 0 for 1. David Peterson still on the bump. Anthony going the opposite way. This is going to bang off the monster, using the monster to his advantage. 1 run will score. The second one right behind him. And I think that's Jordan Walker scoring. And a 2 RBI double by Roman Anthony. 17th of the year. He's had a whole bunch of doubles and just uses the ball the other way. Beautiful job done there. James Karinchak does get him swinging at the fastball outside of the zone. We do win this one, however, against Toronto. And we move on now to, I believe it will be the final game here, and we will check in on Roman Anthony. 10 games over 500 your Boston Red Sox are against the Seattle Mariners, who have been really, really good. Seattle has just been a really good ball club in this year. I think had a down year last year, but was in the ALCS the year before, are threatening to do the same again. And this is what the last 6 games have looked like for Roman Anthony. A couple home runs, a few runs, batting .476 with a 1,400 OPS, 1.399 if we are getting into specifics, the nitty-gritties of it. Bryce Miller gets him out the first time and unfortunately gets Anthony ground into a double play. Hit the ball hard, hit it on the head, but just unfortunately right at the shortstop. Bringing in the lefty And Anthony swings and misses with 2-1 scoring position. And 0 for 2 in terms of big moments here. Red Sox do end up winning. And that's going to do it here for our player lock portion. Let's go wrap up this video here in a second. We'll see you in a second. All right, not only did we actually have some pretty good gameplay from Roman Anthony. I didn't tank his overall too much. Had a couple extra base hits, a home run in there that we showed. But we were winning games. Won this 4-game set against Toronto. Won the series against Kansas City. Won the series against the Dodgers, Detroit, and Atlanta. Swept Cleveland as well in Connolly Early's debut that we showed in this episode. A lot went on in this episode. Something I failed to show is this. Tristan Costa's torn calf. 1 to 2 months. I put him on the 60-day. Hesitantly, usually you want to put these guys on the 15-day because they can come back a little bit early. But I goofed. So, in the corresponding moves, we have moved up Tyler Soderstrom, who already has a home run in his time here in 2 games. He was not hitting great, but showing power. Obviously, the +2 power against right, +3 contact. He's a real weird hitter where he's actually better against lefties. So against righties, it's going to be Tyler Soderstrom batting 6th, playing first, with Roman Anthony getting the bump up to 4th. We saw him play bat 4th in the Seattle game just now. Also, because Roman Anthony has had such a good development against lefties, we decided that instead of playing him or putting him on the bench, we're going to move him into the outfield. Jordan Walker will play 3rd against lefties. He was playing in right field against lefties. And it is Alex Bregman at 2nd base, because Christian Campbell, even though, look at Christian Campbell, he has started to turn around. Hopefully he has figured it out. Through when he got called down basically this time last year, almost double the runs, 10 more hits, double the doubles, double the home runs, 10 more RBI, less walks, but also less strikeouts, less stolen bases, but also less caught stealings. Average is way up on bases is very similar, but the 100 points up in slugging gives you a 100 point up in OPS. If you come all the way here, a .5 win player. Again, not walking as much, not striking out as much either, putting the ball in play, and a 175 ISO is actually pretty good. I think like 200 is like really good. So he's on the verge there and really showing some extra base pop. And Marcelo Meyer, he as well is starting to figure it out a little bit. The 628 OPS isn't great, but it's better than it was. So we will take it. Other than that, that is going to do it. We have spearheaded ourselves into 2nd in the American League East. Baltimore, who's on an absolute roll right now, 7.5 back from them. In the wild card, we are firmly in the number 2 spot, and it helped that we won those games against the Royals. We were just a half game back with 2 more losses than they do. Astros behind us. But next time it will be July, which means that we will be seeing the draft, trades, future stars game, home run derby, all-star game, you name it. We got it. Also, just highlighting July, we have a really good team in Seattle, a decent team in Texas. We have Colorado, who's bad. Minnesota's very good. Toronto's bad. Yankees not great. And Chicago. So we can really put a lot of our chips into this month. Look ahead to August. Padres aren't great. San Francisco's not great. Brewers not great. Angels not great. Cubs not great. I mean, we start this series against the Yankees, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight series against teams under 500. You got Phillies, who's barely over 500, Guardians barely over 500, Cardinals, Pittsburgh. These next 2 months, we went through the gauntlet here. Like, we played a lot of the good teams here. These next 2 months are going to be imperative that we go out there and win baseball games. And even August, like the rest of our year is pretty cakewalky. We have this series against Baltimore, which we probably will, these 2 series against Baltimore, which we'll most likely be highlighting. But we could really do some damage here. We will talk about who we're going to be trading for, how our team's performing, who is going to be on. We didn't really show scouting, but so my bad on that. But we will be seeing that next time. Let's go, boys. Roman Empire is here. You're here. We're here. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We will see you next time with more Boston Red Sox franchise here in Pittsburgh 33 games.